I've been doing some research here. I wanted to know, going into this video, how my sugar habits compared to the average person's sugar habits. Yearly sugar consumption. Like, just how bad have I gotten? And I found something interesting. We got heart.org. We got the USDA. 300 years ago, the average person consumed about 5 grams of sugar per day. But today, the daily sugar intake of the average American is about 80 grams. That definitely feels like a bit of an America problem, but also that's me. If you couldn't tell, I am from America. And also, my sugar number is way higher than that. So I'm cutting ties with sugar. I'm going to find out how difficult it is to even do that. And also what will happen to my body after 30 days. Hey, come with me. I'm going to show you something kind of gross. So it turns out sugar is really easy to overeat. I had no idea how much I was eating every day. This is my go-to daily snack. It's a 16-ounce Red Bull and a bag of the most delicious thing to ever grace God's green earth. Nerds got me clusters. This is a lot of sugar. Let's add it up. The Red Bull is 50 grams of sugar. Yeah, 50 grams in a single can. This one can has 10 times the amount of sugar than our friend in the 1700s eats in an entire day. But if we look at the nerd nuggets, it's got 21 grams. That's not bad, right? Nope, that's 21 grams in a single serving. And this bag, that's definitely designed to be eaten in one sitting, has 5 servings in it. That totals up to 155 grams of sugar in my snack. Here, I'll show you how much sugar this is. This is 2 days of my snack. 310 grams of sugar. Here is 1 week, close to 1,100 grams of sugar. This is so gross. Here is 30 days of this snack. That is so unhealthy. So let's try quitting.
So let's give 3 big cheers for the big 3 musketeers.
We're gonna get a little vulnerable here. Oh my gosh. So there's a wrong way to do this. I'm gonna tell you about that first because it wasted an entire month of my life. Here we go. This is me 1 year ago going to get my body fat measured in this thing called a bod pod.
Who wants to go first?
They've got one at the university nearby, and it's like an egg that you sit in, and it measures your density using air pressure. But it looks like something out of Dragon Ball Z. Because it uses air pressure, you're not allowed to wear anything loose fitting, and I was told that I had to wear a Speedo. That is not true. Sarah, it's important that you know that I've never owned a Speedo before. This is not a normal thing for me, okay? I'm really sorry, Sarah. So here's how this went. By day 3, things got hard. I binge Red Bulls when I'm out of town. I'd kept the plan really simple. Just stop eating sugar. That's the whole thing. But after 3 days, my body started wondering where all the carbs had gone. I was going with the out of sight, out of mind approach, which to my credit is like the first thing that any book about bad habits or quitting addictions will tell you. If I don't see the candy, I won't crave it. The thing is, we don't keep candy in our home. So this strategy doesn't work for me. I had nothing to throw away. My habit is a couple layers deeper. I've eaten candy at this desk so many times that just sitting here is a visual trigger and it starts a craving. Undoing this habit will take some effort. The first 10 days are not great. Day 10 is when the physical cravings, like the withdrawals, they start to go away, but you run into a totally different problem. I've started seeing candy everywhere. The hardest part is the habits that I've developed along the way. I don't know why I was so dramatic in this footage. Maybe it's the lack of sugar. This is when the state of the candy mafia becomes really obvious. Look at this footage I took in the airport. On just the walk from my gate to the baggage claim, which is only about a 3-minute walk, I passed 13 candy stores. That's a candy store every 14 seconds. And it just kept getting worse. Like I would go to ship something at FedEx. FedEx sells candy. I went to buy something at Lowe's. Lowe's sells a ton of candy. I think I uncovered a dirty secret of American retail. Every store is actually a candy store that also just sells something else. So obviously this was just another thing that made it very hard to quit. But the real problem came on day 28.
Mommy, the dentist gave me candy.
Very different. Tempting, aren't they?
I want to get all the kids to sing our Three Musketeers song.
Nobody better lay a finger on my butterfinger.
I just noticed my mic wasn't plugged in. There we go. Sorry about that. So on day 28, I went to Vegas with my whole extended family at this kind of weird Airbnb. And my parents brought a trailer full of groceries. Very accommodating and considerate for like 16 people staying there for a weekend. But part of those groceries were a lot of candy. Like family-sized bags of candy. So far, my strategy had worked really well. If I don't buy candy, I can't eat candy. But now, there was mountains of candy 15 feet away all the time. And I'd last 3 days. I lasted one. Look, here's me on day 29 after downing a ton of Skittles. Being all dramatic again. I don't know what the deal was when I was filming this. Here's the thing. Let me defend this guy for a second. This guy felt like a total failure. I was trying to do something that was incredibly difficult for me to do. And I felt like I face planted at like the 1 yard line. Oh, that was weird. So that was it. I couldn't do it. The whole month was awful, and then I failed. I can't quit sugar. It's too hard. And then our second girl was born. And I was watching the hospital footage and noticed that I was in the worst shape of my life. This girl needs me to be around and healthy for a long time. And when your new girl is only 3 minutes old and you're already letting her down, well, it's a good push to try again. So let's try again. Here's what had to change. First, just quitting sugar made practically zero change to my health and my body. Made it really hard to stay motivated. 2, I had removed something from my life that used to bring me joy. When you combine that with the first problem, it makes a really bad trade-off of just much sadness, no benefit. Turns out the simple plan was a bad plan. Let's make it more complicated. The new plan had 4 parts to it. Part 1, lift every day. Routine just works really well for me. If I make it a part of my daily ritual, I will never miss a day. Part 2, walk. This is my cardio. By just taking a 40-minute break and doing a relaxing walk, I hit over 10,000 steps every day. I call that a win. Part 3, track everything I eat. I didn't really understand macros, so I just focused on low-calorie, high-protein. Putting everything I ate into an app made me much more aware of what I was eating and much less likely to snack on stuff. And part 4, of course, no sugar. I played to my strengths this time. I took the thing that I was having a hard time doing, quitting sugar, and I surrounded it with things I knew I could do. Either things I enjoy doing, like a daily walk. Highly recommend that, by the way. Or things that worked with my brain, like routine. Fun fact, I ate the same thing every day. More on that later. So, how did this new plan go? It was borderline easy. I powered through those 30 days like it was nothing. I didn't even think about candy, so I just kept going. Here, look at this graph. Here's my weight. I was tracking it. I tracked it every day since the first day I quit sugar. No change. Goes up a little bit. Whoa. This day right here is when I started the new plan. I lost 7 pounds the first 30 days. So I did another 30 days and lost 5 more pounds. It's crazy when you look in the mirror and just like on a weekly basis, you see a change in your body. It was so motivating that I just kept going. What was happening with this new plan was even though I was sacrificing 4 times as much, the reward was like 10 times as much. I ended up losing, after 100 days, 23 pounds. This new plan was so good. I've gone from 28% body fat down to less than 15% body fat. And I still eat the same thing every day. That is a lot of egg whites. But honestly, of the 4 things on this list, I think quitting sugar probably affected my body the least. The other 3 were really doing the lion's share of the lifting here, but I wouldn't have done those 3 things if I hadn't decided to quit sugar in the first place. Oh, and if you're asking, that thing, the same thing that I eat every day, you want to know what that is, I've posted it completely free on my Patreon. No membership needed. You don't need to pay for anything. I didn't want to try to fit it in this video. This video is about quitting sugar, not about nutrition and food prep. But I will link to the Patreon where I post some bonus videos going a little bit deeper into the challenges here. That way, if you're interested in trying it for yourself, you maybe have a little bit more prep, along with some other bonus content. I will put a link in the description down below. But the last big change that happened when I quit sugar, even bigger than my wife starting to ogle me again, heyo. When I quit sugar, my life went from one end of the spectrum, complete indulgence, to the total opposite end of the spectrum, total abstinence. And when you do that, when you live on both extremes of this line for an extended period of time, you learn where on this line you want to stay. For me, it's here. And that's crazy to me. I never thought that's where I would land. But I've basically continued this challenge for like a year now, other than like once a month I get donuts for breakfast with my family. And it's made me realize something that I really want to know. What other challenges, what other areas of personal improvement would drastically improve my life like this one did? So I've tried a couple more. I recently turned my phone into a dumb phone because I was tired of spending a couple hours a day doom scrolling social media. And tomorrow I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I'm really not a morning person. And I'm jumping in a cold plunge. And I hate cold water. We'll see if that one goes as well as this one did. But those are the next 2 videos I'm making on this channel on a new series I'm calling Selfish. Some challenges will be 30 days, some will be longer than that, but there will be a new video in this series every month for the next year. And you know what, one last thing that needs to be said. This is not like a guru self-improvement coaching channel. I'm not qualified to do that. This is me challenging myself and experimenting on myself. And you know what, if you want to join me, I would love the company. Come cold plunge with me. Come quit sugar with me, whatever you want to do. Love to have you along for the ride and see you in the next one.